Perfect.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. There we go. I don't know what was taking place. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports, the Houston, Texas Homer Network means we're talking all sports, but only Houston, the freshest flavor in H-Town sports. How y'all doing this evening? What's today, Wednesday? Y'all, I know y'all been playing that Powerball. That's what, like 400 million? Y'all be playing that Mega Million shit? That shit like, I think 400 million too. If y'all win that shit, give me $3. But let's get into it, man. If you're not familiar with, like I said, this is not Texans. This is Texas, Houston, Texas. But we talking Texans tonight. We're talking about something, what I think at this point is the biggest addition that the Houston Texans made to this roster. You know, with all the shenanigans and everything that took place, we got to talk about it. And I know some folks been a little upset with me. You've been talking shit about Deshaun. Why you didn't turn on Deshaun? Why you talking about number 4 like that? I didn't do it. Okay. I didn't make any of the decisions that gentleman chose to make. I'm simply voicing my opinion. You know what I mean? I just ate tacos. It was good. It was delicious. All right. Everything else looks good to go. So we're going to talk tonight. We're going to talk Texans. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit about the power rankings. Okay. It is generally that time. I don't even know when I thought it would be dropping Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever they drop the power rankings. We're going to talk about that. I got all this other shit popping. I got all these crazy ass windows open. All right. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why I don't have a little ticker box now. But let's see what we got joining us, man. Then we're going to get to some good conversation. Make sure you hit that like button. We are still trying to reach the goal by Sunday. Because I want to get a little something special. So I want to spice up the sauce. Like I said, my birthday is on Monday. I believe we are at 10. No, I apologize. We're at 115. Sorry, we're 115 out of 265. So let's keep that shaking. If you want to support, please use any of the links below, not the Super Chat. The Super Chat takes like a month and some change. I know some people ask about the Zelle, the Sauce Sports on the Zelle. It's not yet. It's not till Monday. I know I'm old as shit, but let's wait till Monday, you know. I'll be a couple of days older. I know you asked about the Zelle, the Venmo is at Honcho, and all the rest of the links should be in the chat below. But like I say, let's see who we got with us. Herb Gotti, AOS, Purple Drink. What's the motherfucking deal? Juan, Michael, Josh, Street Runners, Mr. 10 Win. I got him a nickname, man. 10 Win in the building. Brandon Dudley, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. What's going on? We're getting a board mission there. JPJ, let me see that boy Lowe's. Derek Bennett, what's the motherfucking deal? Community song. Let's see. Michael, I don't know, say your last name, so I ain't even gonna try to fuck it up. I wouldn't just say it's Mike. It's Ingram might be a one of the things that has been a plus. We'll get to that. Trinity Gardens, but y'all know how we do. Make sure, Sauce Nation roll call. Shout out to Side. We're proud if you are from the greater Houston area. Shout to Side out. If you're not from the greater Houston area, well, eat a cookie. Ex Holiday, Matthew Hayes, Elijah, what's the motherfucking deal? Acres Home, the Acre Shakers in the building. Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? I don't know. He's not guilty. Look, he is not guilty, man. Look, a suspected sexual predator, even with a no trade clause, is still a suspected sexual predator. Broderick, I don't even know what. Are you drunk, Broderick? Broderick been day drinking. Naveed Moment, what's the motherfucking deal? Dominic Perry, Northside in the building. Already Brickford, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm waiting on your boy Mills, Brickford. Let me knock on wood. I don't want to see Mills at all. JPJ and the SWAT. So, a couple of things. All right, let's say we're going to look at the power rankings. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about what it is that the Texans added, and then, or who it is that the Texans added. And we're also going to, I'm opening up the lines so y'all have time to call in. We'll get a couple of calls. First, like I said, we got to talk about the Texans for a second, because I'm in a bit of a conundrum, right? I'm in a bit of a space where, when I brought up some premises that, Spitz and Rio had mentioned in the Discord. I kind of brought that up yesterday when I was chopping it with Hector. And I've just been thinking, right? Been really, really, really thinking. What if the Texans do well this season? And just hear me out, right? Not on no spaghetti and barbecue shit, just hear me out. But what if they do all right this season? Do you think that would implore maybe free agents? Let's talk about free agents, because rookies are a gamble, right? You kind of like rolling dice. That don't look like rolling dice, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Rookies can be a gamble, right? Would that implore free agents come and say, maybe they got something going on? You got a lot of older veterans. You got a lot of older guys, and say the Texans put together a better record than people thought, even if it's not a playoff record. Say they pull off 8 or 9 wins, and we don't get any of Broderick's barbecue ribs, right? He's gonna try to give us 1 rib each. I already know that old selfish ass nigga. What does that say? Does that change how any of you feel about Cully? I know some people are pro Cully. I know some people are anti Cooney. But there's some things he said and done, even though it's only been a short time, that I may have liked more. Kubiak's more of a, I won't say a memory. It's been a while. Definitely like more than Bill O'Brien. The way he's addressed some issues, I feel like he's been a straightforward dude in some of these pressers. He was talking about Titus, and I think he messed Titus' name up, so he must be watching the sauce. But he just said he did good, but he's got to do better. And it's just the fact that he's kind of being straightforward with these guys, right? Not really sugarcoating it, not, we just got to coach better, and we got to do better. Like, I know we got tired of hearing that bullshit, right? Like, we got tired of hearing that shit. And so, hold up, I think the bot is on double. Dude, let me close the bot and bring it back so I can steal some of y'all pistachios. That's the wrong shit. That ain't the fucking bot. That's Discord. Like what if the dude? And again, I still think that 2 years they go in a different direction. Like that's what I honestly, wholeheartedly believe. But let me exit that out. Quit the Discord. That's what I wholeheartedly believe, right? Like, but what if you see some success? Is that better for the Texans? Is that worse for the Texans? Would you rather, them just start fresh, a lot of young talent? Because you got to think about it like this. Say we do get a lot of assets, we accumulate a lot of picks, right? It's still going to be a little bit. Rookies have to get acclimated to the league. if you don't necessarily have that leader there, if you don't have adequate veterans that are in the building, we got a lot of one-year guys. Like, is it such a bad thing if the Texans maybe do a little bit better and you take what you got? I mean, nobody's super high on any of the quarterbacks next year. I know there's some defensive players, but I mean, are these guys that you're looking at? Because I don't really watch college ball like that. Are these guys that you're looking at in college? I mean, are they generational defensive players? Are they going to be the next Clowney or what we thought Clowney was going to be, right? What if the Texans? And I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not hitting the pipe. I'm just saying, would it be so bad? Well, I don't think we're on the verge of life. Look, I get all the positive folks, right? Y'all must understand this. If y'all don't understand nothing else, I am not on the positive train. Like, oh, we're going to win it all. Not at all. I still have absolutely no faith in Davis Mills. I don't think the Texans are a playoff team. I don't think none of that. We're just having a hypothetical. This is what it's about. It's having a conversation, right? But what if they have more success? What if they take this ragtag crew of flunkies? Because my mentality is still H-Town versus everybody. It's still fuck the national media. And the fact that, that saying they're going to lose somebody and it's like we're coinciding with it. And I hate that feeling, right? Because it's about the city. What if, just what if, right? And think about it like this, right? You got your first round pick next year. We got to get Deshaun out of here before the draft. Have to get him out of here before the draft. Somebody's going to be interested. Somebody's going to fall off. Somebody's going to retire. Somebody's going to be in a position where, they're going to be willing to bet the house. So you're going to get picks. You're going to get multiple first rounders, right? So if you got a couple opportunities in the first to make something shake, you don't necessarily have a shitty roster if you can have some moderate success, right? Probably get you a couple of second rounders, pretty good second rounders out of that too. Would that be so bad? Would it really just be the worst thing that could happen to the Texans if they have a little success? Or do they really just need to tank and go after a defensive guy ultimately? If the line looks decent, right? If, let's say, you got Titus, you got Tunsil. I like Britt's mentality, right? I have to roll with that. He had something in a press conference he said, I think yesterday, that I really liked. He got a little dog in him. That's why I put him on the thing. Ingram, got a little dog in him. I don't expect Ingram to be here very long. A little old, long, and 2 for a running back. If Lindsey can show you a little something, okay, cool. Phillips can show you a little something, cool. You got something there. You bring Nico along. I'm not sure how long Cook's contract is, but you may have him for another year or so. Is it really the worst thing if the Texans can win some games? If the Texans can pull a rabbit out of a hat and win some? Because I'm going to be honest. Like, I want the best foreseeable future. But it's going to be tough sitting through 16 more games and they just getting their ass handed to them. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to be able to talk shit. More than anything else, I want to be able to talk shit to people, right? And feel like at least you got a chance. I don't want to go in this season, everybody's going to get blown out. We're all going to get out. We're going to get our asses kicked every single time. Anyway, just a hypothetical, just throwing that out there. I'm on the pipe, Professor Trill. A pipe for the hypothetical? Really? I don't see 10 wins. Like, it's not. I don't even see, I'm not even talking playoffs. I'm just saying, is it really that bad? They win a few games. Who is it? Who is the one guy? Who is the one guy that is going to be out there in the first round that is going to change this franchise? That's only going to be available early in the first. That you feel. I don't see. I mean, I know we are talking about Sprigley, whatever his name, Wrigley Field. I don't know. Is he a franchise changer? Right? Is he really a guy that's just going to change your entire franchise? Is he going to turn this whole secondary around? I know they're bad. I mean, you can go you have multiple picks to go secondary because it is what it is. But I'm just curious, right? I'm just curious. Money Mills, that's terrible. That is Mills the Thrills, Money Mills. You gotta look. You gotta earn the right to have a nickname in this league, right? And they boys burning for Vernon, man. Mills ain't earned shit in this league, so he ain't got no nickname. We don't even say his name right around here. David Mims, Daryl Mumphrey, whatever the fuck his name is. It don't matter. Put the pipe down. Yes, put the pipe down. He will not give us a strong vertical game. So again, like I said, just questions. Just throwing it out there hypothetically. Let's run down real quick the allegations, right? We look forward, I guess, to. Let me close that folder. That's you don't need to see that folder. Damn it! Why the fuck you keep doing this shit? Oh, I got the wrong thing. I think I need to switch to one monitor. This shit is too much. Right, let's talk. Let's go. We got NFL, Sports Illustrated, and ESPN, right? Let's look at the power rankings. And I'm sure y'all have seen them. I'm sure y'all have looked at them. I'm sure y'all already know what it is. Last week, everybody had us dead ass last. No pun intended. NFL power rankings. Got us up to 29. Hey, we're better than the Jets. We're better than the Lions. We're better than the Jaguars currently, right? So if we did have the 4th pick in the next year's draft, is that too bad? Is that so bad? So the Texans reviewed almost universally as the worst team in football on Sunday morning. They certainly didn't play like that. An impressive 37-14. Yeah, I'm called 21 all you want. It was 37-14. Win over a Jaguars team that looked overmatched and unprepared by comparison. Houston was led by Tyrod Taylor, who finished with 331 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. Great season. Great start to the season and a welcome change of conversation after a summer of number 4 uneasiness. I guess number 4 uneasiness means how the masseuses were feeling. Ha! Said Taylor, the performance, it means everything to me, and I know it means a lot to the guys in the locker room. That's the first positive thing you've probably heard anything on the NFL say about the Texans all year, right? And then, even again, when a lot of these players were showing highlights and things, they try to make it seem like, oh, look how good Trevor Lawrence is. He threw 3 touchdowns. That motherfucker threw 3 interceptions and stumbled into some touchdowns. Sports Illustrated. Texans, 31. 31, right? You had several teams who lost, right? You had the Jets lose, and I'm just throwing down here at the bottom. You had the Giants lose. Of course, you had Jacksonville lost. They lost to us. You had the Washington Redskins lose. I don't care what you think. They're still the Redskins to me. Falcons lost, but somehow putting up 37 points on the board, which none of these other teams came close to them, but Falcons lost 32-6, right? We're still number 31. It is what it is, right? I'm trying to build that energy back. It's like it's bad. We got to get that mentality. This is Texans versus the world. We got to get that back. Even the Texans, sometimes we be against our own damn Texans, and I definitely be against Texans fans a lot because some of them other Texans fans, they're definitely on the pipe. They might be on multiple different pipes. They might be combining different pipes and just smoking all that shit at once because they on a high I don't know nothing about. They said Texans feel a little like last year's Jaguars, a team that won in somewhat stunning fashion during the season opener and coasted into the abyss from there. And while we can hope that this isn't true for the sake of Tyrod Taylor, this I guess only for TT. A brilliant quarterback who has had some of the most horrific fortune in the NFL. This is also a chaotically run franchise full of expendable pieces that will look completely different after the trade deadline. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the trade deadline, right? And then ESPN has us 29, preseason ranking 32. The Texans have 5 rookies on their roster, and 2, Brevin Jordan and QB David Mims, did not play in Houston's 37-21 victory over Jacksonville, right? They just talked about the rookie performance from Cully, from Collins, even though rookie because performance from Cully fits too, right? And they just talk about they'll need him to be physical anyway. So I have nothing wrong with 29. I have nothing wrong with 20, but 31. When you had several other teams take some pretty bad losses, get their asses spanked, and the fact that nobody gave the Texans credit, and this is what I say about the power ranking. It's a week-to-week thing. You don't take into account, well, this team last year did this thing, and, it could have, that's not that's not a weekly power ranking. That's just your fucking stupid-ass opinion. You know what I'm saying? Will they probably take some big L's in the future? Possibly. Quite. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen. But to sit there and put that into your prediction, this is why I ranked them so low, is because they're probably going to, that's fucking stupid. Give them their props for the fucking week that they had, right? It's for this week. What is your power ranking this week? The Texans are not the 31st team in the league right now, okay? Anyway, trade deadline, there may be some pieces moving. There may be some pieces shaking, right? And it'll be interesting to see ultimately what happens with that. Because I think that will ultimately tell you what the Texans are trying to do. Because that's why I mentioned what I said at first. What if the Texans are trying to win a couple of games? What if it's not what we think? We've already said Sarah's already said it's not an outcome-driven season. So it's I think you have to see ultimately what moves happen. They got rid of Roby. Maybe, just maybe. Excuse me. Maybe they are trying to tank. But then you hear maybe it was some things going on with Roby and coaching staff, upper management, whatever. Who gives a fuck? He didn't get to play last week anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? You say about every team that's losing, they are hungry, right? This team has offensive weapons all over the... What are you talking about? That's where they line up? The offensive players line up all over the field? Is that what you're saying? Because if you're talking about the Texans have offensive weapons all over the field, what are you saying? What are you saying, Bruno? Let's make some legitimate comparisons with the Texans' offensive weapons compared to most other teams in the league. You're talking about older. I wouldn't say you have as much diversity. You got a young guy, Nico, who's got a lot to prove. You got a lot of old gentlemen out there. Danny Amendola. I'm saying old, he's only a couple of years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So you got pieces that did not have home. These were niggas, some of these niggas was on the streets. It's so I don't know, broski. I don't know. You got a lot of older, stable running backs, which I guess it bodes well to be able to kind of cycle through them so that you're not putting too much of a load on one of them. But I'm not saying that. I don't know if too many of these guys go start anywhere else in the league, right? Exactly. We have 5 running backs. What is that telling you? What is that telling you? I get the stable of 2 running backs. I get the 2 RB stable that a lot of teams, when we see the Browns this week, you got Hunt and Chubb. That's going to be a force, right? You got your basically RB1, RB2, a 1A, 1B type situation. We don't have a 1A, 1B type situation, in my opinion. Ingram is looking like your best running back right now. Lindsey, got some questions with the hands. David Johnson, yeah, he scored, but David looking a little soft out there. You feel me? He's looking like he's not there for the contact, right? Burkett, and then Scotty ain't even getting no love, right? Scotty is probably the more intriguing of all of those dudes, right? So to sit here and say we have 5, well, one was inactive, and again, these 5 guys, I don't think any of the 5, honestly, is going prior to injury, say, Buddy in Jacksonville or anywhere else. These were the guys you came into the season with. Not seeing injury, you're not talking about the injuries that happened in Baltimore and situations. I don't see these guys prior to the season starting going to anybody else's team and starting. Now, with injury coming in, that may be plausible, but let's be realistic. The receiving core, none of these, I don't think any of these dudes, and again, this is not a knock. You can make it work with what you got, cool. I don't think any of these dudes is a number one receiver on anybody else's team. I don't think any of these dudes is a number one receiver on anybody's team. Like, but what I'm saying, what do you mean the Texans struggled stopping the run last year? What did the Texans do? Texans were what, like 32nd in stopping the run last year? We told y'all that they were losing big pieces and they clogged up that middle. But everybody, we got JJ though. JJ ain't stopping nobody run. Targets, not weapons, exactly. Like, my deal is like, so you got to look at it honestly, like taking all the emotion out of it. The emotion is, I want to see the Texans win. I want to see the Texans have success. I want to see the Texans achieve a Super Bowl in my lifetime, sooner preferably than later. But I don't look at this offense and say, wow, they're extremely dynamic. This is the greatest show on turf. These guys are going to put up, these running backs are going to put up 1,000 yards. And you say, well, they're going to rotate them, even if you know, again, you feed the hot hand. What's his name? Still had, 26 carries? That's a significant number of carries, right? Cooks had some big catches. Don't get me wrong. But, again, I just don't see it. So I'm saying that's just my thoughts. Like, if they can make it work and do what I feel like is overachieve, man, more problems. I'm not gonna shit on them, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at this roster and comparing it to almost any other roster in this league, can you honestly tell me that any one of the Texans starting receivers will go start anywhere else in the NFL? Tight end maybe, but I don't see any other receiver start for any other team in the league. So, again, but I open up the line. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on that. But, like I said, I don't think the Texans are as bad as they're making us, right? And again, if you got the chemistry, you got the pieces, and I would say Tyrod, there's probably a couple other teams Tyrod can start for. So, again, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, who are the Texans be like to say that we're stacked, to say that we just got weapons all over the field? We got people to throw the ball to. We got people to carry the ball. But until proven otherwise, I mean, recent history says, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, when I said Cook, my bad. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. Did I say Cook start? I said a number one receiver. Any of these receivers being a number one. I meant to say that if I didn't say that. Cooks could start on somebody else's roster. I don't think anybody else would start on anybody else's roster. I think Cooks could start on somebody else's roster. But do you see him being a number one on anybody else's roster? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he could start. So let me correct myself. I said nobody started. Cooks could start on other rosters. But what other roster is Cooks a number one receiver? That's what I meant to say as far as Cooks. Everybody else, I don't necessarily see them starting, right? So then the thing I said I want to get on, the thing that the Texans brought, though, that we used to talk about a certain guy who was on this roster, who technically still is, having intangibles. Then we found out in the offseason that he likes to be very tangible. See, when I start getting real with you, I see the numbers start dropping. You over there being honest about it. I don't want to hear it. And niggas start getting mad. That's them fans. Like, if you don't like hearing that shit, the sauce is not for you, bro. Like, I know some folks say, oh, what happened? Oh, it's all the positive sauce. I like that. No, we're going to keep it 1,000 always. But we're going to have fun in this bitch, too, because that's ultimately what it is. But the thing, player-wise, whatever you want to call it, that the Texans did this offseason that I felt like they have not done in seasons past is they've actually brought in some attitude as opposed to getting rid of it, right? And I'll say Pharaoh still here, but Pharaoh's mentality, love it, dog. He's got that old school football mentality. Like, us versus them, I got something to fucking prove. I'm trying to get in the end zone, and I'm not concerned about all the rest of the shit, right? Like, I'm not concerned about the rest of it. Let me go back and look at my stats, and let me look at the board, and let me see what I just did. The motherfucker getting out there and playing football, right? Passing, running. He's going to get out. He's playing football. He give you that, I guess what you would call maybe a dual threat tight end. He gives you the receiving game and the athleticism in the receiving game, but he's not afraid to put his hand in the dirt and get out there and block somebody. You don't get that from a lot of tight ends these days. Like, the tight ends these days are basically glorified wide receivers, right? They're diva-esque and soft these days. So Pharaoh has that mentality. You keep that on the roster as opposed to letting that go. One, that's one. Two, like I mentioned earlier, I mentioned kind of throughout this week, Britt's mindset. He had a press conference the other day, and in the press conference, he said that he woke up sore and feeling good. He talked about how much he missed that feeling. That's that competitor mentality. That's that warrior mentality. Like, everybody else trying not to feel that. They just want to collect the paycheck, rack up some stats, and go home. Then Britt, like I said, when he pushed over, like, we have not had offensive linemen. They might halfway keep niggas off Deshaun and halftime run them into him in prior years. But just clearing space, hey, you know what? Bullying other motherfuckers. Like, we would always be the ones that got bullied. Like, now I like that shit I saw from Britt. Britt was pushing motherfuckers around. He was talking shit, getting motherfuckers riled up, getting up under their skin, instead of us being the ones to be on that side, right? That's a nice change of pace. And then Ingram. As much shit as I've talked about Ingram being an older guy, you know, he came with the, like, fine wine, and like, nigga, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Ingram looked solid, but he ran hard. That was the thing. Like, he ran determined. You know, we seen that other dude, DJ, I mentioned earlier, he looked soft out there. Like, he looking out there like he avoiding contact. Like, he don't want no smoke. He don't want no. I'm want to end my career as healthy as I can be. One of them type niggas. You on the battlefield. What are you talking about? So I like that mentality. Lindsey said some things earlier in the preseason, but I need to see it from him on the field. But he said the right things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't caring about what they doing out there. It's about what's in here. It's about we got something to prove. We got, you know, that's the mentality I want to hear. Like, it wasn't that mindset. It hadn't been that mindset in that locker room for a long time. But you're starting to see it, and they're actually starting to speak it. And then I said about Cully being straight up with some of these dudes. I mean, one, what does he got to lose? I don't think he's going to be here 2 years. I tell these motherfuckers, whatever, nigga, you suck. No matter, I'm only going to be here 2 years. I'm still going to pay you trash. I tell them everything if I was Cully. I wouldn't give a fuck. But the fact that from the little press conference that I'd have watched, I don't watch them all. Bill O'Brien, like, turned me off from Texans press conferences, like, for a long time, probably the last 2 years. So I have to get back in that groove of watching that shit again, right? Because they are important. They do tell a story. When you're listening, you're seeing how the players respond. Body language is huge. All of those things matter, right? And then you got a guy in Tyrod Taylor he's a serviceable quarterback. He's a serviceable to good quarterback on any given day. But I don't think he has too much of that ego, right? He goes out there and he plays efficient football, right? Because he's had enough of the incidents, injuries, and things that have happened in his career to where, you know, you just play for the next play because he knows that shit. Any given moment, something could happen. Or, you know, teams change minds, you know, things go in different directions. So to me, he gets out there, he plays smart, but he has the right mentality. He's had enough experience throughout this league to be considered a leader in that locker room. I think the guys buy into Tyrod Taylor. So what they've done is they've brought the right attitude, and I think the players have the attitude. I think the players have the mentality, as opposed to what, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, some people said, oh, Bill was a player's guy or whatever. And I know people talking about, oh, Jack's in the building or whatever. I don't like seeing that motherfucker face in none of this. I hate seeing him in there when they're giving out the game, but I hate seeing him on the fucking sidelines. Like, and people say, oh, you talk about dribble, what about it? Fuck Jack, all right? Fuck Jack. But Jack's irrelevant. Jack ain't getting on the field. Jack is in there. He might be giving Cal the Watson massage. I don't know what the fuck he doing. Fuck him too, right? But what I'm talking about is what we're seeing on the field, what we're seeing from these dudes is different than what we've been seeing. And I think mentality and belief can take people, players, teams a long way. Again, I'm not saying it's take them to the Super Bowl. If you come here talking that crazy stuff, whatever, that's your opinion, right? The sauce, we welcome all opinions. All ingredients are welcome, even if some are a little bit more bitter than others. But I see a foundation being built, right? I don't know if it stays. I don't know if it crumbles. But after one game, I can say I like what I've seen. And up until this point, compartmentalizing everything, not blowing it out of proportion. I like what I've seen since the start of the season, since we've actually seen the Texans take the field. Y'all gonna say it's just the Jaguars? The motherfuckers get paid too. We could have took that L and been on the bottom of that bitch. It could have easily been missed picks from individuals. We could have easily been the ones that look like we ain't been at practice. We could have easily been the ones that look like fools out there, like the whole world, the whole national media, everybody said. And a lot of us felt like I was wrong. I can eat a little crow up until this point. But I did call the Texans beating the Jags no matter what, so I'm not. But as far as how they look good. As far as from what I've seen in interviews and how their demeanor is, after a wins heal a lot of things, they look good. But we will continue to see what happens as this mission rolls on, right? So, one thing I do know is we 100 deep and only 40 likes. We got 61 haters in the sauce right now. I cannot believe. I'm disgusted. I wasn't even going to look. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I just had a feeling. I say, if I look at this, it's going to be ugly. I cannot believe y'all. I thought we was better. I thought we was cool. I thought, damn, I thought we was better than this. We ain't even got half the light. Boy, I thought maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I need to eat crow on Sauce Nation. Maybe that's what it is. I am upset. Can't believe it. Son of a bitch, I ain't cut that fucking light off. That's why I look all crazy. I'm gonna cut this light off, and then I'm gonna check the likes again. Hopefully they're a little bit higher, and then we're gonna open up the sauce line. We'll get a couple of calls in. I'm walking. Hey, man. I know some of y'all don't follow on the other social medias. If y'all are OG, triple OG, I know y'all saw my nigga Scotty with the haircut, man. I saw y'all knew my nigga Scotty with the glow up, man. If y'all follow Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram. Some of y'all know Scotty. Some of y'all don't know nothing about Scotty. If you don't know nothing about Scotty, I gotta check your sauce credentials. That's OG shit. Or some of y'all don't know Scotty from the Den, so we will leave that be what it is. Appreciate the love, Ninja Kid. Man, yeah, that's all I'm asking, man. If nothing else, you know what I'm saying? That's all we need is just some like. At least let the platform know you enjoy the content. I don't care if you hit I really, truly, honestly do not care if you hit the dislike button, right? Just show some engagement. Just let the platform know. I hate this nigga. I hate the sauce. I hate his dreads. I hate his Honcho hat. I hate his Honcho shirt. I hate everything about it. I hate the cup. I hate the purple. I hate all that shit. Or you like it. I like this nigga. This nigga is making sense. I fuck with the Roundtable. I like them niggas. Them niggas cool as shit. I like Scotty. I don't even like none of them niggas. I just want, hopefully, he might show the dog on the stream again one day, so I'm going to keep liking. That's all I'm saying. While that's going, let me see where we at. Let me check where we at. Why is this not enabled? This should have been fixed. I should have fixed this shit. Hold on one second. Because I was trying to fix I'm supposed to have text messages on this shit, and I don't know what I did. I didn't ever set the proper thing up for the text messages. Connect, motherfucker. But again, the sauce is for everybody. You got a lot of motherfuckers out there who say, the guys in the sauce, they're just so negative. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What the fuck? Where is the damn? Oh, stop the cap. Oh, the donation we get while I'm doing that. The goal is $265. We are at $115, and I think, did I mess up one of the phone lines? I know I didn't. I might have accidentally deleted the how? I know I didn't. I was just fucking with the sauce line earlier. I might have. He might have done some janky shit on me. Hold on one second. Let me see what's going on. Have obviously fucked it up. Players fucked up. Because I was trying to fix the thing earlier because I know when y'all call in and it would say the damn, oh, they've been on hold for such and such time. I was trying to clear that out. Give me a second. I know what it is though. I know what it is. It's going to be it's going to be a simple situation. It's just me tagging something. No, the goal is 265. We are at 265. Let me clarify that. Right, and the thing is, because there's something I want to do to upgrade the streams, and for those of you who fuck with the DN2, it is mutually beneficial. It's something I want, but I say something that will also benefit the communities in which we are a part of. Appreciate the love. So, God damn it, what I did here, Ninja Kid. Do I think we beating the Browns this week? I'm gonna talk about that. Give me just a second. Let me get the this little part thing. You know, I'm ADD. I can't be thinking two things at once. With no Odell, right? I don't think that mattered much. Yeah, it did a little bit. I mean, he still had to knock the rust off. Let me make sure I got the right shit going on. This the one thing about this shit is it's all over the place. Okay, where's the numbers at? I got both numbers. But why ain't this one showing up? I might have to do the web phone or something. Let me see. Why is this one? Why is the fucking Sauceline not showing up? See it here. But I don't think it's an insurmountable situation, right? Like, they got a few dings. Hold on, I'm trying to, just pardon me because I want to see why this shit is not, that's the extension, so why is it not showing up? Okay, everything looks normal. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out why this shit is acting stupid, because it should not be any issues whatsoever. I thought I changed them, but I didn't change shit. Okay, that might be it right there. Let me see. Exit it out and then bring it back. All right, so players fuck up, and I'm a super player, so I super fuck up, but I fix it. There it is. Let's try this to make sure this shit is working. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. See if it boot up properly. Yep, that was it. All right, cool. All right. My goofy ass disassociated with the fucking account. So, all right, we should be good to go. If you want to call into the sauce, I got to memorize 346-367-2823. 346-36-SAUCE is the easiest way to remember it. If you want to call in, you want to chop it up with your boy, you got some commentary, you got some thoughts, we'll try to keep it relatively timely. We got about 15 minutes, so there we go. Yeah, so again, if you want to support the goal, like I said, the goal is to try to achieve it by Sunday. We are 115, which is over a third of the way there. I gotta do the actual numbers. It's probably close to like 45% of the way there, somewhere in there. Not quite 45, maybe 44, I don't know. But I implore you to use either the Streamlabs link, the Cash App link, then there's Venmo at Ed Honcho, and what's the other one you just say it was? Zelle. And you just do Sauce Sports at Zelle. So, and shout out to everybody who has. Once we reach the goal, because I know we will reach the goal, everybody who supported, I'm gonna have some real player for y'all. So y'all can't be like, Honcho a whole ass nigga. I got them, dog. I'm gonna look out for y'all. Like, Sauce Nation, we turned up this year. We finna take it to the next level. I promise you. Texans might not ball out, and as long as they keep doing what they're doing, hey, they got a good chance to keep the games entertaining. But here's the thing, like if things can work in the Texans' favor to where they can take early leads, you know what I mean, somehow, some way. And again, it's 3 phases of the game, and in special teams, and I think we've been kind of undervaluing the special teams. The kicker, I got a quick poll for y'all. All right, let me just drop this in real quick. I got a quick poll for y'all. And wrong shit. I want to know. I'm gonna put the vote in. What do you win if you win? I will plug. I will. Okay, if the Texans win, what was the bet that they got to win? You said 6 games, right? I think it was, so they got to win like 5 games or less, or was it 6 games or less? I need to put the official bet in the Sauce Sports Discord. Or you can also contribute via Patreon too if you want to do it that way, and that way you get plugged in with the Discord if you want to support via Patreon. Patreon.com/SauceSports. I will, if the Texans win, was it 6 or more games, or whatever the threshold was, I will name you as an official sponsor, even though you ain't sponsoring shit, of Sauce Sports, and I will make sure you get your ribs plugged every stream and in every video at least for a few months. I'll even come out to the rib truck and record a small 10 to 15 second commercial that I will play in the middle of each stream, or I'll plug it at the end or somewhere in the videos whenever we go live. I think that's a fair deal. If they win the division, boy, we got a weak ass division. That's number 1, and number 2. Hey, I'm telling you, like that's why I proposed the question I did earlier. What if? And appreciate the super chat, love Ninja Kid. Like that's why I proposed that maybe it's not so bad if they win it, because I mean, if you can get the proper, if you get, let's say they get what they want for Deshaun, right? Because allegedly there was a rumor out there, 3 firsts and 3 thirds. Fuck them 3 thirds. You give me 3 firsts and 2 seconds, and we talking, right? Fuck them 3 thirds. Like I know some people saying, oh, this and that. You could give me 3 firsts, a second, and we're talking about a top notch to star quality player, and we might be talking about something, right? I think that somebody will propose a deal that is suitable to the Texans. If Deshaun wants to play ball again, which is eventually going to be the thing, or maybe he just wants to sit on with his Instagram model, and they can just sit there and do whatever weird shit they into, and he can just collect a check, right? But he'll never be great. He'll never be legendary, and I think part of that is what he wants to be. Like, if I would say I'd be on some dog ass shit, like we gonna ride this shit all the way out. Because then what you have is you have legal proceedings, you have everything. Like, I think ultimately there's going to be some kind of suspension in the future for Deshaun. Like, I don't know how long it will be, because we've seen it even without a legal precedent that there have been players in the league that have gotten suspended. I just think with all the kerfluffle around it, that the NFL kind of has to do a little something, even if it's just a few games. So, again, it's going to be ultimately interesting to see how it pans out. But even if the Texans do well, you get rid of Funky Finger 4 and you bring in some new assets, then that means you got something good that you can build off of. Now, again, it depends. What is this success from? Is it from, Lovey and the Cully crew? Is it, Casario's mindset, Casario's way? Is it, again, and I don't even want to call it the Patriot way. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if you've built a solid foundation, you can get more assets to put on top of that, and you can build on top of that, cool. Like I mentioned earlier with the trade deadline situation, it'll be interesting if the Texans are truly tanking. I think you got 1 or 2 other pieces on this roster that that you could possibly move for assets, right? Rookies are a little bit cheaper than some of the guys we got on this roster. That's all I'm saying, right? So again, it is what it is. It's going to be very interesting ultimately to what happens. Oh, we got another 10. We got a few 10 winners in here. Okay. I mean, hey, don't let me rain on your parades, right? I said that I'm gonna be slightly more. I'm not gonna be necessarily positive. I'm gonna be more neutral. I'm not gonna shit on nobody for having their own thoughts. As long as you don't come here talking about, I'm mad you guys aren't saying what I want you to say and crying and complaining. Don't be one of them bitch ass niggas. I can't stand them motherfuckers. And it's a lot of them in this city, boy. It's like, fuck, you ain't got your own opinion? Like, if you want to go hear that shit, go listen to the fucking radio. Go listen to so-and-so. Everybody, like, you got a lot of other people saying the shit you want to hear. Want everybody to say the same shit. What kind of weird shit is that? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the Sauceline this evening? Hello. Oh, don't tell me shit I ain't go through. Look, I done reset the shit to watch. I'm knowing my ass. I done fucking fucked all the settings up. I gotta, my shit at? Look, probably ain't even got the mic plugged in right. Hold on, audio. No, my fucking wrong microphone. Couldn't hear me. That's my fault. Call back. That shit reset me with some default ass shit. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it does that. I guess since I reset it, it went to, it defaulted to some other shit. Alright, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the Sauceline this evening?
Man, you already know, man.
I already said, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this evening, sir?
Oh, I really didn't get everything. Shit like everybody else saying they gonna think but at the end of the day, we gotta see.
Like I say, we know Odell, and again, we know our secondary is questionable. Landry's not to be slept on. I'm not gonna put it out of the realm of possibility, but it's gonna be a much more difficult task. They're gonna feel like they have something to fight for. A lot of people are saying they're a very talented team. In this league, they got some names. And then we got Tunsil versus Garrett. That's gonna be very interesting. You got Clowney coming back against a former team in which he may feel a type of way. Bill O'Brien ain't here, no, he might not feel a type of way. So I think you're going to have a lot of guys on that side with some shit to play for. The Browns are already talented. There is some talent on the Browns. They feeling, like they disrespect. They don't want to go back to the Browns of old, which I don't think they're ever too far from being. But
guess what?
what's happening?
They going 0-2. We gonna be 2-0 by the time we done with the Panthers. We gonna be 3-0.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Damn, everything my fault. God damn it. I don't know what the fuck. Why all the sound, everything is. They say they couldn't hear you. I don't know why it reset. I apologize.
Oh,
First,
they couldn't hear me?
That's on my end though. That's my fault. Everything. I don't know why all these settings reset on my shit. All right, Mr. Tidwin, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. There it is. Okay, my fault. That's on me, y'all. Look, players fuck up. I told you I'm a super player, so I super fuck up. But I'm a super fixer, man.
Look, don't worry about it, man. All of us, everybody having one of those days. Yeah, my grandfather passed this morning.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry to hear that, man.
Oh yeah, thank you, bro. So just talking to y'all and talking about sports, you know what I'm saying, keeping my head up. Okay. And another thing, shit, if Tyron do good for the most of the season, I'd rather keep him out there. And I don't give a damn if we do get to the playoffs. Keep him as quarterback and not Deshaun. And I know people are like, that's crazy, but I'd rather Tyron because he's been with the team the whole year if he makes the whole year. Why switch him out?
Yeah, that's my thing. Man, look, if again, number 4 made his choice. He's got to
Right.
live with it. I know a lot of people like, well, he could. I don't care. Though. Like, loyalty is important. You know, he wrote the book on leadership, and the behavior that he has right now is not leadership. And honestly, I think wherever he does go end up, I'm sure, you know, niggas gonna ride with him, cool, woo woo. You know, the newer generation, it's a different mentality. But I think other people gonna look at that and say, man, if that nigga did that down there to them people who showed him love and did all that for him, what's to say he ain't gonna do it to us if shit don't go right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I
And
look
I
at
don't
it.
wish nothing bad. And I don't mean to cut y'all. I don't wish nothing bad on him. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, man. I hope he be alright. But just know, when he come face us, we coming.
Yeah,
we coming.
exactly. And I'm just not going back to the chat. I see everybody talking about the cookie. Look, I told you, y'all know what it is. It's all love. Okay. That's about anything else that's on your mind, there, Mr. Tim Win?
Nah, bro. Yeah, everybody keep that head up. You too, big bro. I'm finna get back in the comments because I'm on my other phone too. I'll be streaming on this other app, so
Okay.
I'm listening to you and I'm on two different things. But
Okay.
I'm gonna go and get back in the comments and listen to you, bro.
All right, that's a bit. Well, I appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, you too.
Already. Shout out to Mr. 10 Wins, man, said. And then again, my condolences, brother. You know, again, like I say, I know that's something to deal with, but you know, you got love in the sauce, man. Trill. What Trill say? Trill back at what? 4-15, 4-12. You know what I'm saying? Where Trill at? Nobody say 4-15 like we got 19 games. What the fuck? Look, I'm all over the place. 4-13. Yeah, and so, man, look, it's some individuals in the sauce, in the Discord, when all this stuff started happening. I'm glad you said that, Scrooston Ghost. I said this when Deshaun was, I think, over the summer in New York somewhere, doing something with some brand shit he was supposed to be doing in New York over the summer. I said, you know, I'm not going to put it, but I said it's starting to show signs of LeBron-like behavior, right? And two individuals who shall not be named, you know, one ate their crow, the other ate their crow and canceled the crow and said they need more info. So I'm not even going to get into that. But I said it, like it was LeBron-esque behavior. It's like you can't win where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that shit showed me when everybody was telling me about that whole deal, that the Pro Bowl deal. I was like, damn, word. And everybody said, like, man, I don't know this nigga. This ain't the nigga that we done seen. You know what I'm saying? Again, I told you, Houston is a small market. You know, the national media wants nothing good happening for the city of Houston. I told y'all when this channel first started, one of the first videos I ever did was how national media hates Houston. They hated James Harden. Right? Hated fucking James Harden. I got somebody, what's today? Wednesday, so I think Friday. We're gonna dive into the Browns on Friday. I got a gentleman, a Browns YouTuber, gonna be joining me on Friday, so we're gonna dive more into that. So I ain't really going into it too much. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more and more, but we'll dive into a more of a comparison on Friday. Hated James Harden. Soon as that nigga stepped foot in Brooklyn, head nappy, beard unshaved, he crossed one nigga. Oh my God, James Harden has the best handles we've ever seen, and look at his passing. That nigga was the most selfish nigga in the NBA in Houston, allegedly. You know, this nigga was close to averaging a triple-double, just like Westbrook, but actually winning playoff series. And I told you I'm done with James because the weird shit with Lil Baby, that shit's questionable. But I'm just saying the behavior. I forgot. I want to say it was a particular Astro they said the same shit about. But you know, I'm not very adept, if any adept at all, in baseball, so I can't recall. But I mean, you see it everywhere. I told y'all, like, people always say, like, when the Texans were doing bad, why don't y'all make the sauce about the whole league? Yeah, we could do that. We've had people, fans from other teams come in and say, man, we ain't got nothing like the sauce. I've seen other YouTubers steal sauce from other teams. Didn't have Sauceline, didn't have roundtables. Niggas start doing that shit. It is what it is. But it's like, yeah, we could do that shit. But it's not about that. It's about Houston. And so, because Houston gets no love in the national media. Like, this is why I say the sauce is an outlet for, like, I don't give a fuck if you agree with nothing I say, right? I don't give a fuck if you hate to run. This is still your outlet to espouse your opinions, like, because nobody really does that. Ain't nobody pre-checking the call. I don't know who the fuck calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to call maybe in the chat and I see it, or it's a number I've seen so many times. I mean, I'm not. Hold on, let me see. Well, what is it you want to say? You're gonna say something good, or you're gonna say something mean about the team? Or we need to. We gonna pick up the line and we gonna rock. Like, then whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about trying to push no narrative, no message. Like I say, if you hate everything we saying, you can call in and say that. But instead, most people run to their back little corners and them niggas in the sauce, they said this and they said that. They got the same access to use the fucking phone line as anybody else. But they don't. They lie about the shit. Talking about, I got blocked. Nobody blocked. If you were spamming, you got blocked. That's it. Other than that, nobody blocked it. But the thing is, like I said, national media shits on the city. And this is why we have sauce. This is why you have free reign to call in and talk freely, you know, about how you feel, about what's going on, unedited, unfiltered, uncensored. Like, say what the fuck you want to say. I'm not stopping nobody. Like I say, you come in here and say, I hate you niggas and this, that, and the third, this is where you're wrong, and this, and we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna get on your ass. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just, it's just crazy, right? You said George Springer? No, it was earlier than that. It was way earlier than it was earlier than George Springer. But I mean, even with him though, right? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, so I say, some of these major platforms, if you're not saying what they want to say, if you're not agreeing with the host or whatever, they click. All right, your time's up. You start talking 15 seconds. Oh, okay, all right, well, you're good point. Click. And then they talk about you after you get off. Like, what the fuck? Nah, you on the line. I'm going to give you time. And if I think you said something goofy, I'm going to address you. We going to talk about it, right? If I disagree, we going to talk about it. And again, niggas go out there and say, oh, the salt, they go, if you don't agree, they going to block. That has never fucking happened. It has never happened. If you say something crazy, you might get timed out if you're on some super goofy shit. But ain't nobody ever got blocked for disagreeing. And I don't block nobody from the line. So if you really feel a type of way, all you gotta do is call in. Y'all know it's been a couple of, it's been a sucker or two that called in and talked to all that shit in the chat. They call in and then you get to hear them live and they sound like buffoons, right? And it didn't happen. If you've been around here long enough, you've seen it. But it's not because they disagree. It's because they tried to have some type of agenda and they came on here saying some dumb shit and they made themselves look foolish. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. Oh yeah. New York hates us. Funky fingerprint. Now you trying to get into some damn DN conversation. Shit, matter of fact, I need to do the shit for the DN though. But who else? It was somebody. But like I say, it's been multiple players though. They go elsewhere and they just become idolized. But I was saying the same thing with sound like just the brand. He knows that if he leaves Houston and goes anywhere else, that brand will blow up, right? Like they don't want to see him winning in Houston. They want to see him struggling something. Let him go somewhere else, preferably to somewhere. If you end up in New York or LA, where these places are oriented, that's more news for them. That's more shit for them to talk about, right? That's more attention for their city because those are big cities. Houston gets treated like a small market because we operate like a small market, and the reason why we operate like a small market is because the fan base is too fucking nice, and because it's particular stations, networks, whatever you got that present shit a certain way because they're afraid, right? Because they don't want to lose viewership. But I'm telling y'all this, like right now the sauce is small, it is what it is. I'm not gonna say don't. Just stay tuned. Because one, consistency is key, and that's been on me. But we finna get this momentum back going and growing. And the goal ultimately is to give the city something that they don't have. And it's like, I could tell you exactly what it is. Nobody can duplicate it. And it's not that I think I'm better than anybody, but it's a mentality. It's a true thing. It's a real thing that I want for the city. I want for Houston sports fans, right? And I think it'll be the livest shit ever. It can't be created by none of these big mainstream outlets. It can't be duplicated by anybody who doesn't have that same vision. And if you're not from the city, I don't think you can feel it, because if you from Houston or the Houston area, you've been a Houston fan, and you ain't even got to be a fan of all the teams at one point in time. We've all felt it, no matter if you've been an Astros fan, a Rockets fan, a Texans fan. I'm sure even Dynamo Dash fans have felt it. The Arrows fans may have felt it. It's just this. It's almost like a disrespect. It's almost like a neglect, even from your own local outlet. Like, if you want to know why the Houston doesn't get respect in the national media, blame your local media, right? And then your local media has agendas because you got two major, let's say, radio platforms, half-ass beefing back and forth. You know what the wackest shit was? The wackest shit was that shit a couple of years back at the Super Bowl. Who was that? Who's the fucking fat goofball from the 790? He used to go to Philly and then they kick him out. Like, one, bringing in all these outsiders who have no love for Houston. Like, those who have no love. Why are you bringing in people who don't got no love for the fucking city, right? That's number one, right? And then they over there fighting, and then fucking goofy ass pancakes, that fucking old diva ass acting ass motherfucker gonna get up and walk off. Like, you supposed to be an OG. You supposed to be the general. You should be shutting that shit down. Ain't that what elders do? They teach younger folks how to fall in line the proper method. Instead, he ain't getting no attention, so he get up and walk off. That shit made us look fucking whack as a city. That shit made us look weak as fuck, dog. That shit was embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? That shit is embarrassing. But again, then you get a lot of weird characters. It's like I say, I just don't rock with it. I have no hate, no disdain for nothing. I just think that in the proper situation, in the proper way, with all things being, in order, there's something better out there. We all know the AM radio is dying. Like, it's dying. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't have, if certain stations weren't just plugged in with a particular team, they'd have been dead. Come on, it's not entertaining. I have not listened to radio in years. Like, years. It's been a good, like, I stopped listening to 97.9 a long ass time ago. It's probably been 10 years, if not plus. I stopped listening to 97.9. I probably stopped listening I think I stopped listening to 97.9 around when they banned Trey. So that's been a long ass time. But then, like I said, these other states, they're dying. They're dying. It's like I say, the national media getting info before our local shit. It's fucking, yeah, Josh Ennis, that was that motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fucking weirdo from Philly. Like a damn white EDP. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. But like I said, this is for y'all. This is the people. We're the sauce is people oriented. When I say that y'all are the fresh ingredients, y'all make the fucking sauce, I swear by that. I mean it. There is no sauce without the people. If I just wanted to call my pot up, we could just talk all day. I truly, genuinely care about how y'all feel, what y'all think, because what y'all got to understand is I have a different view of sports than a lot of people. A lot of people like idolize athletes. I don't idolize athletes. Like, you're here to entertain me. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Like, when you're on the field, you're here to entertain. When you off the field, you a man just like I'm a man, right? You might have a lot more money for what you do because you're entertaining masses, so that accumulates. But like, it's not about, I appreciate what you represent. Like, if you're representing for the city, I appreciate that. Like, to me, that's just bigger than the player. You know what I'm saying? That's the city. But as far as athlete, you're here for my entertainment. We got too many people who, like, I don't know, idolize these motherfuckers, just want to be buddy. Like, I don't want to be buddy with no athletes. I'd rather fuck with y'all than fuck with athletes. Like, 10 times out of 10. Y'all are what's real. The people is what's real. Athletes are in this different echelon. And I tell y'all, like, different shit. When I say some of them niggas, a lot of them niggas is whack. a lot of them dudes, if they did not have football school, would be whack individuals. Right? But you get money, you get the shit that comes along with it, the attention, the fame. It makes you look a certain way. And so, like I tell people in the Discord, when you wake up early and get to start talking about athletes, have you taken care of yourself? Have you done exercise? Have you done something healthy for yourself before you start talking about these motherfuckers? Before you start letting these motherfuckers infiltrate your day? Take care of yourself. You're better than any of these motherfuckers, right? But we all love watching and speaking on it. I sincerely mean it. That's why I fuck with y'all, Sauce Nation. And again, anybody don't fuck with it, fuck them. I don't give a shit. But with that being said, I got to get ready for the Den. Okay, denshowlive.com. Again, we have the goal. The goal is to try to reach $265 by Sunday. My birthday is on Monday. There's something I want to get that will add greatness to the streams, right? And I don't want to give it away. Some of y'all maybe I have an idea, but it's what I can do with that. That's going to take some of this shit to the next level in the sauce, in the Den. We are at 115. If you want to contribute to that, please consider using the Cash App link. Venmo is at Ed Honcho. Saucesports@gmail, I think you can use to do the Zelle. PayPal. Streamlabs link, or join the Patreon at any tier. And if you haven't, the Patreon works double duty because again, you get to be a part of the Discord. And y'all know how we rocking that motherfucker. It's patreon.com/saucesports. It's the live and shit going. So if y'all really fuck with the sauce, do that thing. But like I said, I gotta get ready for the Den. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. If you ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit the dislike button. Hit a button. I don't care. But I'm trying to produce. Appreciate. Shout out again one more time to 10 Win Man. Said again, like I say, appreciate you calling in. And again, sir, sorry for your loss. It's gonna be good though. So salute to you. Everybody else, tomorrow 7 o'clock. Y'all ain't got. Oh, I almost forgot to say the most important thing. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, but most of all, y'all stay saucy.